Well, I just got back in here and I actually see that I have a full room. Everybody's loaded up down here in the bottom of the green room. And thanks for joining us again on Tuesday. We've changed it to Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern because it's easier for everybody that way. I guess Sunday's got to be a little bit crazy. So what I'm going to start doing, I'm going to start popping them on. We have some surprise guests. I see somebody popped in I didn't expect to see so soon, but it's probably because she's prepping for crocodile cave diving exploration. So I'm going to go ahead and bring her in real quick first. Boom. What's going on? How are you?
I'm cooking dinner. That's what I'm doing. What up, Troy?
That is really awesome, cooking dinner. And let's see who else we have. We have some other people coming in too. I have a bunch of people idling right here in the room here. So here's Bree. Let's take Bee's here. Let's get her in here. What's up, Bee?
What's up, everybody?
What up? Hi.
Hi.
There's another one here. We got Boom. We got Joe. What's up, Joe?
Hold
Yeah.
on, guys.
What's up? Oh my gosh, here Jeff Goldblatt's in. Let's say what's up, Jeff. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Ange, how are you doing? Hope it's warm down there. Dan, how you been, buddy? It says, what's popping, big dog? I'm tired of shit. I know. That's all right. We'll lay back and be tired and enjoy it. We're waiting on Jimmy. He should be pulling in here really quick. We should be checking that out. But what's everybody doing? Oh, here he is. Wait, I think I see Jimbo Slice. Bam! Look at that. It is a full house.
Full house.
Let's go.
What's up?
All right. So you're cooking
another
dinner,
day.
Marissa, huh? Hey, Judy, what's going on? Hey, I guess if Judy's watching, that means Finn's saying. So say hello to Finn, everybody. My nephew's probably watching with Judy, so that's kind of cool. Hello, Finn.
Hey, Finn.
Hope you had a good time, buddy.
Hey, Finn
Hi,
again.
Finn.
Oh, man, he probably feels like a star right now. These two-shot stars out here. So you're cooking dinner. What are you making, Capybara? What are you making?
I'm making mac and cheese because I'm trying to use all my food that I have at my house because I'm doing the Cave Croc expedition for the next several days. And then after that, I'm actually I'm in the States lecturing at UC Santa Barbara, talking
Oh, you're going to
parasites.
California.
Yeah, I'm going to California.
So Thursday, Flavio's flying out, right, to see you guys?
Yes. Flavio is going to join for the Cave Croc stuff and some other adventures down here in Belize. And so he gets here Thursday and then we all leave Monday to head back to the States. Obviously, he'll go back to Florida. I go to Santa Barbara for about 3 weeks. I may have to do a stop in Florida to meet up with Croc Docs. So I might be in Florida for a couple days sometime in March.
Oh, sweet.
Cool.
Yeah.
Busy.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's like it got crazy busy. And I'm hoping though, the only thing is, I don't know, maybe it's a blessing by the Maya gods, but it has been nonstop raining for the last 2 to 3 days. So that is a concern, obviously, going into the caves. But
You can hold your breath,
hopefully-
though.
I can hold my breath, but hopefully it's just a Maya blessing, they're prepping everything before we go in and we
Great.
go find some cave crocs and some Maya artifacts, as well as maybe some remnants of human sacrifice, because that's what the Maya used to do in these caves.
So what kind of remnants are you found? Like a skull? Can you ship it? Just kidding. For those that are listening, I was joking. It was a joke, but we all know I love skulls. But it was a joke. Let's not
Would
get all
not be
weird.
able to
Don't
ship
top
it. Would not be able to ship it. But
She'll
it'd be
swim it
really
over.
cool. I already told Flavio if we I'm gonna be excited to find a crocodile. One, a week ago, they did go into one of the caves and they found crocodile and jaguar tracks, like all on top of each other. For all we know, there was a rumble between a jaguar and a crocodile, and like they were good.
Hey, that wouldn't be
crocodile.
uncommon. Probably the jaguar screwing up a crocodile. Probably at that rate.
So that was it was a good sized croc. It was
So
a
with the
good
water-
sized croc.
With the water made, that might bring something that's deeper up to the surface too, right?
Yeah. So I'm super excited. I already told Flavio if we find any pottery that also illustrates some type of connection with the crocodiles and the Maya, since they believed that crocodiles were gods, as well as like the animal that connected the earth and the gods. I told him, I was like, I'm just gonna let you know I'm gonna cry because I'm just gonna be so happy. I'm just gonna
make a lot of people
wearing
cry.
my Indiana
Say it's
Jones
fake.
hat. I'm just gonna be like, this is the best day ever.
That would be actually
Wow.
really cool. I know that there's a lot of ties with a lot of tribes in clans of people in different parts of the world with crocodiles and crocodile gods, etc. So that would be really, really cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
That'd be really
I'm
interesting.
sure it would be awesome.
Yeah. Like I said, looking forward to it. Hopefully the rain doesn't mess anything up. I hope it gets warmer. I'm wearing sweatpants and a sweater right now. It was 69 degrees here. Everyone's freezing their ass off. So
You're just being stupid. Don't be stupid. Now, 69 degrees at night is not bad. That's a beautiful night.
freezing.
That's a
I
night to
think-
get out on the scooter and drive around. I know how they drive scooters over there, those little scooters, relaxing in your flip flops, drinking beer.
oh my God, I don't have my whiskey on me. I got to get that.
69 degrees. Man, that's
Yeah,
the high
that's
for us.
terrible. It's terrible.
Fucking
Yeah, you know,
freezing.
Florida's been pretty cold lately. I don't know if we're going to be 69 tonight. I think the low is going to be, 64 for us, which is warm when it's 41 degrees and 36.
It's 55 for up here tonight.
Yeah, so we'll be around 60. And Ange just popped up. She's a friend from out of town. She's a good friend of Brian's. Used to work with me. And she says it's 15 degrees here. So I think 69 would be summertime to people like that.
It's, and everyone in Belize is like in hoodies, and we're just like shivering and getting under blankets and drinking hot chocolate. Like, whew.
You guys just want seasons to be doing that. You have to want seasons for that. Like, oh my God, it's going to be 70 degrees. Make the hot chocolate and let's get in the blankets. I understand.
No, the problem is that they're all in the heat and the sun every single day. So you guys are already burnt up from the sun. So you guys, as soon as it hits 70, you guys are freezing.
Yeah.
That's it. No,
Go.
no.
Absolutely. Like it's just so anyways, like I said, hopefully rain god, this is just a blessing. It stops, the sun comes out, and we can have some amazing discoveries. I know we're not going to get through all the caves. So Roy and everyone else, whenever you come to Belize, well, there'll be other caves for us to explore that have not been explored.
Listen, dude, listen. As
That's
long
awesome.
as you go in there for me and you clean them up real nice, I'll get in them with you. Because I can't be getting dirty in them caves now. If you're in there dusting it up, I'll be in, and it'll be good. Nice and clean.
And you'll be
We
okay.
can
I
get
mean,
Troy
I
to-
ain't moved the spiders. I ain't moved the spiders.
That's fine.
I'm leaving the spiders for you.
That's a good thing.
Spider stick. Like it's a really nice long spider stick that you like put out in front of you and like wisping them off.
Dude, you know who's good at that? I'll tell you who's good at that. George Riffle. That guy will grab a palm frond. He's like, I'm going down the fence line. And he gets them all out the way for us.
There you go.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
So
it.
we have somebody to do that. And so we have a job for someone. Spider
Hell
duster.
yeah. And the spider duster.
That would be awesome. God, I know.
Oh,
I'm looking
boy.
forward to it. I couldn't get away this time, or I would have like B.A. Baracus. I would have went and got like some really heavy duty drugs, and I'd have been drugged on the plane. And then I would have come and seen you.
It's gonna be me Saturday.
Yeah, I know. Marissa doesn't care. She gets on a plane like it's no big thing. Like, life doesn't matter if we die. It's awesome. Woo! I'm like, yeah, I don't like this.
Nope.
Not ready. Not ready yet.
Hey man, life is not a dress rehearsal. Just go with it. Just
I
go
know.
with it. Have fun. It feels
Some people are
good.
dressed with
Do
nowhere to
it.
go too, doing shit
Right?
like that. And then we're in here talking about Mayan gods and stuff. Listen, if you find a Mayan god artifact or whatever, I know you're going to cry, but make sure you don't put that before your Lord and Savior. I'm just going to say that on here because I'm going to get attacked for this.
I
As we're
thought
talking
you were
about
gonna
other
say,
gods.
"Don't put it somewhere," and I was like, Troy, I would not put it somewhere.
Okay.
Whoa.
Don't make me bring my little fish. I keep him in my pocket. I'm like, listen,
Don't bring the fish out, Troy.
jump out and get your tickling. Get out there and do a little tickle. Don't be shy.
Just a little tickle.
No, I think it'd be
Oh,
great.
my
I'm
God.
interested in seeing stuff like that. If there's crocodiles in the caves and stuff, you know, years ago, I say it years ago now because I haven't been able to do it in a long time. But I used to dive a lot, and we do a lot of cavern diving, and I would see some really cool stuff down in those things. So there's some places here where a lot of the Native Americans had buried their dead in these like caves, and the water has come up. So there's a couple springs here that actually have remains in it and stuff like that. So you know, you never know what you're going to come across. So I think that that's really awesome too. You know. And that's obviously small compared to what you have up there in Belize, but you know, because everything's so overlooked at here and you know oversaturated. But those are some uncharted areas. I think that would be a really cool thing. I think it would be awesome.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's.
heck yeah.
I'm super, super excited for this. It just seems like a lot of really cool projects are happening. Like 2022 is the year of, I don't know, of magic to be made. So we've got the Cave Crocs. We're headed back to Chickabull Forest, which is the part of the Mesoamerican corridor, which is the second largest rainforest in the Americas after the Amazon. And so we're going to go into there sometime in the summer and study the crocs. But not only that, we're going to be the first organization to initiate a howler and spider monkey population survey there. That's like never happened before. This is where the population in which we recorded cannibalism. There was a high amongst the crocs here. So I want to go back and check that out. And like that was where we had like that one large female croc that was killing all the other smaller crocs and taking bites, and then like the male crocs would come in and eat the rest. She was a serial killer croc. It was really, really awesome and interesting. So going back
I think that's kind of cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got the permission from the Maya elders down south to go explore in the southwest, which is not really in the southwest of Belize, which isn't really open for outsiders to possibly look for a lost population of caiman. And then we've got like our other there's just a lot going on this year. So it just things are like popping again after COVID. So it's a really, really exciting year.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's going to be killer. I'm excited to hear that, man. That's going to be cool. I mean, I hope you guys find some really cool stuff scouting out there like that. I think that's just awesome. I mean, what else could you find down there? I mean, it's got to be some other stuff. What is that little what is that? I know the name because it's funny. It's called Hicatee, but I'm like chickadee turtles and stuff, making jokes. But how about those little Hicatees? You ever think you might find some of those in there?
I have seen Hicatee out here before. So it's just rare because they're critically endangered because people eat them.
Are they good?
But they're here.
Do they taste good? I mean, have you had some?
I have not had Hicatee before.
Is that what you're cooking now?
She's never going to admit that because this is live. They'll be like, all right, get the squad in now. She's eating a Hicatee.
Oh, my God.
Macaroni and capybara.
Yeah.
Could there be any other types of animals that are yet to be discovered in these parts because they are so secluded, like down south, like where people really aren't, unless you're asked or given permission?
So there are records from a decade or even like over a century ago of possibly anteaters being in Belize. So there are a couple of species where you see these old records but it's never really been verified. And these are records from the English army from, way back in the day. So that's the thing is like in these areas where people aren't really looking, like we actually might rediscover these animals that have thought that never really existed in Belize.
Yeah.
That is something that's really, really cool as well. Like it's not even just going in to see if there's caiman there, but we might go ahead and verify that monkeys or there are these anteaters in Belize. It's just, again, these, the Maya are not, these people in these areas, they might see them every day and they don't, like, for the scientific community or for those that love wildlife and animals, like they don't realize like how important this is, because it's just for them, they're just living around it every day. So it's like, it reminds me of, there was a deer, I believe, that was discovered in Vietnam, but the local people were like, oh yeah, like they ate it. It wasn't a big deal, but for outsiders, this was a huge thing. So for all
Can
we
you
know,
hear me?
something very similar to that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So they probably don't see a lot of because you have that year-round tan and stuff. So you take a bunch of gringos in there.
But thank you.
Are we a food supply or they kid? I mean, how they do that? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Could we end up sacrificing the caves with some pottery and stuff?
Sacrificing? Wait, did you say do a human sacrifice in the caves?
I said you get away with it with that year-round tan you have, right? But if they take a couple gringos in there, dude, I mean, how they're like, oh, is that going to be like a food source? Or I mean, like, are they going to do? Let's sacrifice let's get the little blonde one over there. Brittany's there, so let's grab her. She's 5'3". Get her.
I'm 5'4".
This ain't Indiana.
5'4".
Yeah, but Brittany, but you'd burn in a fluorescent light. I'm talking Marissa is like she's got the passage out there, dude. They were scared of her back in the day because she used to shave one side of her head, and they just thought she was some warrior cannibal. So we walked around with her, and they just moved out of the way.
The first time I met Marissa, she had the side of her head shaved, and
I
then you
know.
had like, really cool beads and stuff, and one side of the hair over here, and I was like, that girl is like badass. Like, look at her. Dude.
Whoa,
Like,
easy. There's
Yeah, I
not
know.
enough room on the camera for that. Don't get careful.
Oh my
I did tell her to
God.
go back to shaving that in. It's pretty good. It's good to see you, Ben. Ben Registers here. What's up, Ben? I wanted to say hello to you. Just didn't want to interrupt, man. I hope all is well. Talking about American crocs and possible and as well as possible Morletta crocodiles in the caves up with Marissa. So it's kind of cool. And as those of you who do or don't know, Ben runs Gatorama, and there's a bunch of big American crocs out there. So if you definitely want to go see some big American crocs, he's got some big ones out there. So you should definitely go see it. And, some cool stuff. I think I'm not sure. Have you been out there before, Marissa, to Gatorama in the American crocodile farm that's out there?
Wait, where's Gatorama again?
Well, it's in a place called Palmdale, Florida. But I wasn't sure if you were. I mean, we've had Crocfest out there, and you've been in town a few times when Flavia. I think you might. I don't know if he's drug you there before. I mean, Ben would know if he's met you there before or not.
I think I've been to Gatorama many, many, many moons ago, but I did not go to the Croc Fest where it was at Gatorama. I remember I couldn't make it for that one.
Sure you couldn't. I'm just giving you shit. No, but it's really fun. I mean, the crocodile. I just like going out there and seeing all that stuff. And he does a good job out there. And I'm glad he's supporting and watching the show. So yeah, always talking. We try to get in some crocs and some supernatural stuff in here in the show once in a while. And that's where we're like, oh, what is that about? Get a little wacky. But and keeping up with the laws and things like that we deal with here. For everybody, I try to touch on everything, and I want to get some stuff together and bring on some other guests, a couple friends of Joe's and things like that, and talk about just some of the different things that are going on in Florida for us here, especially in the industry of animals. It makes it kind of tough. And so there's just a lot of BS, and I'm not really sure where it's coming from. It's kind of odd. So I can understand protecting animals' welfare and, people abusing them or hurting them, but somebody's perception of what someone thinks an animal should be or be living in is definitely just a perception. And I think that, yes, everybody's like, well, you should turn it loose in the wild and stop imprisoning them. That's amazing. And that'd be a wonderful thing to do if there was any wildlife to do that with. And there's not a lot of things left to do that. And frankly, I'm not going to sit here and bullshit. We really enjoy the animals as our companions in the company they give us. And some people look at their animals the same way someone would look at their dog as one of their best friends, or with a citizen, one of their birds or whatever. So just understand that all animals should be treated respectfully, but they're also companions to some people no matter what, and turning them loose isn't always the greatest thing to do. And people shoot them. They're coming for your pythons if you aren't careful. Yeah, we've already been there.
They've already done it.
Yeah, they've already done that for all of us. But
Crazy.
yes, there's a few things out there that are, but there's a lot going on. So we're going to see how that goes, and as we find out more about that, I'd like to talk about it. And here on the show, I never want to bash any agency or anything like that. I won't. I've gotten mad, and I don't like certain rules that are implemented. But remember, a lot of times, the guys that do come out to see us, and inspect our places are not the people putting these rules in effect. And so taking it out on your officer is really just a shitty thing to do. And also, it's not good for you because you can't beat a giant. So. You're not taking the car keys from dad when you're 4 years old. Understand? Well, unless you're tiny. And then, but that might be different. You might just be a big, but So all joking aside, I don't mind if people want to come in, and I'd be glad to have you. But just remember what you're doing and what you're standing for and what you're saying. And I always say don't put a target on your back. So the only reason you should have a target on your back is if you're cool like Jimmy or
Yeah.
doing TV work and stuff, because you always find you'll have a target by these type of people just because you're successful and the people beneath you. And, then you'll end up selling fucking drugs in strip clubs for a living. I mean, you just never know. You just never know. Telling you.
All right, you guys, I'm going to head out.
Thank you for joining us.
Cape Crocs. Oh, wait.
We do appreciate that. Yeah, I'm going to be watching your stories. So I'd be glad to do that. Oh, and I had a thing I wanted you to do. So
God.
I saw you did like a capybara karate move thing where you're like moving around.
Yes.
Well, listen, you need to get a whole line of those glow sticks and make an entire body outline. Turn the lights off and do all that shit like a laser light, dude.
And you would take on me.
You know how they do it like at the Blue Man? It's like a circle.
Yes,
And then,
yeah.
and then the arms move and they're like chopping shit. You got to do it like that. Not a baton or that or a big ass glow stick. That would be cool.
Oh, that you know what? When I get back in the States, I'll just buy a bunch of glow sticks and I'll do that.
That would be freaking awesome. That would be awesome.
Glow
right, well,
sticks
Marissa.
and duct tape. Duct tape always works. Always.
Duct tape. That would be
Duct
awesome.
tape.
Yeah, so that's awesome, Marissa. Thank you for joining us. And so
Yeah.
now we can start jumping into stuff you're probably not interested in and then keep us in touch with the Maya and stuff and the Crocs.
So not next Tuesday, but the following Tuesday, I can definitely come in and talk about what we found during the Cape Croc exploration.
Let's do it. I'd like to have it back. I'll run it out there a whole bunch of times. If I know you're going to do that, I'll just take 2 weeks and blow it out there about that and
Yeah.
talk about it and get everybody to come see it. I think that'd be great, actually.
Yeah.
I would love
That'd
that.
be
Like,
awesome.
let's plan that for sure. For sure.
Okay, I'll definitely put it out there. So for those of you listening, remember 2 weeks from now,
2 weeks.
2 more Tuesdays, and then she'll be back on to talk about the Cape Crocs. Flavio may be able to join us too because he'll have spent the week with her. I think it'll be really cool, and we'll get all the good stuff. I'm excited.
All right. Sounds good. Have a
All
good
right.
night, y'all.
All right,
Bye,
take care.
Marissa. See ya.
Bye, Marissa.
Bye.
So that was really cool. And who just popped in here? He said, Ben said, I love my inspector. And then we have Sarah Barber. Hey, everyone, missing you girls. Well,
Thanks.
you know, there's
I know
very
it's
few
not
of us
long hair,
here.
but what the fuck?
I know we're very few.
It's my eyelashes.
You girls, I love it.
Hello, Shirley. Shirley is on here. It says, hey, what's going on? So we have more stuff coming. So anyways, what's been going on new for you, Joe? Anything cool with the Croc monitors? What you been doing, man?
Not much, man. Just trying to get everything settled before I go home to for vacation and stuff. Finally gotten everybody back outside, which is great.
Yeah,
So,
today was the day for that. Yep.
Well, no, I actually put them out 2 or 3 days ago. But everybody's doing really good. I got my half retarded Aki monitor running around on the other side of the room. Something's up with him. He's got like some kind of neurological problem, so he runs in like circles and shit. But he's
That's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah, he's like my office mascot. He's cool as shit.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah, he's cool.
Jeff said he's been watching people get shit faced.
Oh man, me too.
Oh, let me tell you something. When you can go out, Joe, and one of your friends drinks so much it comes back out while they're sitting there, you're fucking full, huh? Oh my God. I know I'm waiting on Jeff. He's got to pop in here in a second. I already know. Fucking guy. Love it. What a good time. We had a nice time out. Thanks, man, for the invite. It was nice to see you guys and hang out a little bit and catch up. And it was good to see Ricky. And I hadn't seen Jeff in a month of Sundays, man. So it was kind of nice to see him too.
Yeah,
So at least you had 2 old granddads sitting at the table with y'all. That's good.
It was a good time.
He's like, hey, can you watch my, my life alert? I got to go in here and roll in the bathroom. Yeah. Jeff and I talk about shit that don't make sense to anybody else. Hey, have you tried that new prune mix stuff? It's not pretty good, man. No, man, it's not quite so impacted in the morning. That's terrible.
It's funny because we had that whole conversation about moving the show to Tuesdays when we were out, the other night. And Sunday comes and he hits me up, our little friend. And he goes, "Are you guys doing the show tonight?" There he is. There he is.
Yeah.
Now, he didn't puke that day, but I do have evidence of the next day.
He didn't puke. He asked if he puked, but what was funny was, man, let me tell you. So what was funny? Here's a story, because I don't drink. I wasn't drinking, so I can remember all this stuff. So he stole Cody's glasses off of his face, remember? And he put Cody's glasses on, and then he drank his beer. And when he pulled the bottle down, it came out of his nose and his mouth. He goes, "It was your fault. I'm so full from the glasses. Remember, it was your glasses. Take these things. I can't fucking see." It was like, what? Is the
This is all
is
in one
that.
night.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Fuck yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, we had a good time. We were just
Yeah, we
having a
had a-
blast.
we had a
You know,
real
it's
good time.
it's just funny because just Ricky was just making me laugh, man. And we're all like, "Hey, we got it's getting late. We better get home," you know, because we're all like old dudes now. Everybody's screaming and yelling around. There was some fight on or something.
Yeah, there's some UFC bullshit going on.
Yeah.
But
Ricky said, "Well, let's see what he said. Sorry, I was pretty drunk." No. He's really funny when he's drunk. He's pretty laid back. He talks a little more though, man. He like he said he wasn't lying when he said when he smokes, he doesn't talk. When he drinks, forget about it.
hey, Rick, do you still have the cup?
Oh. I know exactly what you mean. Oh my God, do you? That was great. And the cops were there.
Yeah.
Yep. He walked right out there and they looked right at him. Have a good night. He's like,
Hey,
yeah,
look, right now
good
with a glass
night.
full of beer.
I think they were more focused on us walking
He's like,
around out
what cup? Does he know what cup you're actually talking about?
there. Dude,
Probably not.
he knows, man. He goes, I forgot. And then Jeff said, I forgot he left with the cup. Ricky's like, what cup? Come on. You know what cup? I think it's glass. It's real nice. Listen, when we were walking out of there, the cleanest, most respectable looking person in that group was Joe.
Cody.
Yes. They're like, we don't have to watch those two. They look like upstanding guys. These motherfuckers, these meth dealers over here, we have to worry about, you know. Wouldn't be the first time I got stuck with oh, good. There you go. How's that, Joe? He's telling Ricky.
Oh my God.
Man, I'm telling you, you know. So yeah, it was a pretty good time. We're sidetracking too, and I love the entertainment and laughing about it. We'll get into more ridiculousness. I actually like it. So to sum up that story, Ricky walked by the cops with a glass full of beer right out into the parking lot, drank some while peeing, and it was just awesome. It was one of those things that see here. Whoops. Sorry, I party. Oh, I know.
We know.
No joke, man. No joke. No, it was good, man. It was good. I'm glad we all went out. It was good to see you too, Ricky. I ain't seen you in a long time. I'm worried, you know, because he uses all those snake hooks. I'm worried there's going to come a time I won't get to see him. So I try to spend as much time as I can. But snake hooks are dangerous.
Oh my God.
I know. Speaking of which, I told Joe and I was telling Jeff and I were talking at the zoo. We have some South American rattlesnakes.
Oh.
And they're like double the size of a Yeti cup almost, dude. And my God, I thought it was crazy because I told Jeff, I said, you got to pick them up with 2 hooks. He said, oh my God, me too. They're so heavy. One hook's like bows down. It's unbelievable how big those things get.
Wow.
Yeah, they're heavy.
Yeah, there's some big snakes. Like they throw themselves around, dude, like a beach ball because it's not quick and fast. It's fast. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they're not fast striker, but they're so big. They're like, oh, it's like your whole body goes like this when you're trying to put it in a can. You're like, holy shit, he just threw all his body weight in that, man, like a college defensive lineman. He didn't even just try to bite. He just threw himself on the floor.
Is it
I'm
you were
serious.
trying to handle when you were talking to me on the phone? You're like, listen, if I don't come out.
Yes. Yeah, when I was joking, I go, I'm going to take care of Venomous. If I don't come back,
He's like, no, I'm dead serious. I am going to do this right now. It's
been a
like,
good run. Because I'm not, I'm not like Ricky.
Nobody's like Rick.
Ricky said, good to see you all.
No.
Sorry if I was annoying. Actually, you weren't annoying at
Nah,
all, man.
bro, you
You
make
really
me
weren't
laugh.
annoying. You were not annoying. He was not annoying. He was
Not at all.
he was fun, man. We had a good
Yes.
time. And I loved he's a one wisecracker motherfucker, dude. He has them coming, man. One liner. So I was really he uses a snake hook to grab his beer while he's free handling. Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Very accurate.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I can't do that. So I try to get a big stick and chop my way through the woods now. And Jeff said you were funny as fuck. There you go, Ricky. So that means we will date you again.
Yes.
Ben's having a good time too. Looks like that's awesome. So,
oh my
so
God.
date number 2 will be happening with Ricky Martin.
Absolutely.
That's right. I think that'd be awesome. So, what about you, Brittany? What's going on? Anything in the TV world and stuff? Have you've been hanging out? I saw you post some stuff about really doing that show with the Lovatos and stuff and all that. So, how was that
I
doing?
watched that shit.
Yeah, that was funny. I was just doing a
People are like, how do you know her, Joe? Sorry. How do you know her?
Joe posted and I was tagged in it and I opened it up and I read his comment. I was like, oh, thanks, Joe, you know? And then I put it in my story and then I read the comment and people were like, how do you know her? Who are you talking about?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he's a friend. It's my friend's sister or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was trying to recover from, being out partying until the whole midnight Saturday night.
I was home by midnight.
Well, it takes me about 45 minutes from there to get home.
Takes me about the same way. So I was there just about. I was home at midnight almost. I thought we chatted on the phone, right?
No, we didn't talk.
Yeah, we sent a text or something.
I texted you that picture.
Yes, yeah, that's what I mean. I did. I wasn't saying
Yeah.
anything. Because that picture was really good picture, by the way. Probably shouldn't have smoked a blunt before I got there. Yeah, I don't know, Ricky. It was pretty good. Maybe I'm glad you did. How's that sound?
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah. Yeah. Wanted to be an episode of Fraggle Rock on steroids in there if you hadn't smoked that blunt. Jeff said we left at midnight. Okay, we left at
I
midnight.
told
So.
you, yeah.
Yeah, we left at midnight. Hell, I didn't get there till what time was it? 9:45, 10 o'clock,
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah,
I was worried. I'm like,
close
you
it
still
down.
gonna be there, man?
Yeah, I told you, we closed it down.
Where'd you guys go?
Wing House in Clearwater.
Yeah. And it was just crowded with people.
Yeah.
Crowded. But I will tell you the one thing there I get, especially when we go there, they have this thing called, I didn't get them at the time, it's got mild, but they have those Dallas barbecue wings, dude. Holy God. Katie makes me get them all the time. Let's order those. And then we'll sit, man, you can eat the shit. Have you had those?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
The
haven't,
Dallas
no.
barbecue?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Remember how many you want? Oh, we'll just do maybe 5 or 10 a piece. No, let's get the 55 count. Then you're like, I hate myself. Why did I fucking do this? You roll out of bed, you try to stand up and you're all firm. Barbecue sauce that stays with you overnight.
Yo,
You're trying to drink
Oh,
water
my
to cool it
God.
down, but it's really good though. But
Yeah, it
definitely not something you want to eat late. That's a 6 to 8 o'clock meal right there.
that's why I had a salad.
Yeah, anything after that, bro, you lay in bed and you sweat. Like at 3 o'clock in the morning, you wake up like you were out on the fucking Fisherman's Wharf catching cod for the family. And you're like, the fuck is going on here? And you're soaked. It's because you ate some spicy ass food. That's just why I don't normally do it, because I will die,
Yeah.
but I'm not a spicy kind of guy.
Yeah, I'm too old to be eating shit like that late.
Hey, you want to talk about simulated heart attacks? It's gonna burn you up, man.
That's what I ended up in the hospital for. I thought I was having a
Oh my gosh.
fucking GI issue. Meanwhile, I thought I was
Oh
having a
my.
heart attack. No, because I never had it before. I never
Jeff,
had that problem
Jeff, you're
before.
fucked up.
So I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, holy shit, my chest is burning, my arm, this, that. I'm like, my stomach's feeling all hard. I'm like, fuck, it's a heart attack. Meanwhile, I had to take a shit. But,
Yep. Or you wake up, your arm's numb,
yeah,
and you're
bro.
scared. You're like, oh my God, you just slept on it. I know,
Did I
man.
tell you about that?
What one time,
Fucking, bro.
once you get like a panic attack one time and you really have one, like a good one, every little thing you get stressed about, man. Like if you're laying on, it's not a panic attack, it's a heart attack.
Friday night, I went out and I got home. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. And I hit the couch, right? So I'm sitting
That's
on
just
the
too
couch,
late. Way too late.
and I must have fell asleep weird. I woke up and my fucking left arm just dropped. And like I couldn't even move my fingers. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the hell is going on? I'm like smacking it. I'm like, oh shit, ALS. I'm like, all kinds of shit. And then like 45 seconds later, it came back. And I'm like, oh, never mind.
Well, you can carry a mirror in your pocket and look at your face. If it's straight, you're not having a stroke. You're like that. You're like, oh man, we better go to the hospital now. Always look. One way to test that out, dude, is if you put both hands in front of yourself. If the other one starts to fall, you're having a problem because
Yeah.
sometimes you don't even know it. I'm not, and that does, as Ben just said, edibles, and that does happen on edibles sometimes.
It
too.
does. That's why I stopped eating them.
You know,
That's why I
I
don't
mean,
mess
I-
with
you
edibles,
know.
man.
I gave one to Jimmy one time at the house here. He had
Yeah.
a good time until he didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. All I can remember, I kept saying to you, no, I don't feel
I'm
nothing.
sorry.
no, I don't feel nothing. And then all of a sudden I'm sitting there and I'm like,
Yeah, you know the best part, if any of you have ever rode the Peter Pan ride at Disney, and you come around, and that Indian is sitting cross-legged, smiling, looking around like that, dude. He's like looking around every time I see that guy now. I think of that night where Jimmy, because he sits with his legs crossed and he's just smiling, looking around like this. And then next morning, Sarah was like, "Bro, Jimmy was freaking out last night. He could not sleep." It went, it's like, what Ricky said, those levels of smoking. You feel great. Wow, this is awesome. They're gonna fucking kill me.
When I was laid in the spare room and I was watching, I could literally slow the fan down with my mind, and I could literally watch the fan in slow motion. And I know I wasn't in fucking slow motion, but it was, dude. I could just like grab it. It was crazy. But
that's some good stuff.
No, it was a total fucking wasn't a cool feeling. I didn't like it. So.
Listen, when I can control the fan by looking at it, I'm at a good level. But you can overdo it. Like, I'm stoned now and I feel great, but there's a point where you could be like really stoned, and then you're like going around all the time, your eyes like this big, and you're like, I heard something. Oh my God, my heart's beating fast. I'm gonna die. So Cody does do that. See, the fan was fine. Your brain was in slow mo. That's for sure. That's an edible for you. I wouldn't eat anything God. Jeff makes you. You'll be counting fans till you're 50. But Cody he doesn't do well with that. And I gave him some indica one night, man. He went off in the la world, dude. He's like, I can see the music. I can see the way it sounds. And he's on the floor, and he was like, oh, and he's like, I go, this is the big one, man. It's your heart attack. I think this is it. Do you need me to say it? Got a notepad. Do you need me to do anything for you? You want me to tell anybody you love them? It's fucking terrible.
Oh my God.
Yeah, weed, matzo balls. Yeah, I'm not having any of those. I will not. But yeah, they were pretty good. I'm sorry, we got sidetracked again. Brittany acting like fool. So what's going on with that? Tell me what's up. I'm sorry.
No, it's good. I like
out there.
I think they're hilarious. No, I mean it's the big year for Roswell right now. It's the 75th anniversary, so there's a lot going on. My mentor is going to be hosting a huge archaeological dig at one of the sites that's never been touched before.
Okay.
So we're doing that in May. So we have a lot of preparation for that. Looking to get that televised. A lot of stuff going on. This year, I started a show with him called No Earthly Explanations that's being produced leading up for the 75th anniversary.
And where's the dig going to be at? Roswell?
In Roswell, New Mexico. Yeah. There's a specific site. It's the actual crash site where the bodies were taken from. And that's the actual impact site that there has never been any archaeological dig. And he's hosted 3 before on the debris site and the other secondary location site. But this is like the big location where the bodies were taken from.
That's awesome. Yeah.
The smoking gun, as they say. Yeah. So
I've been traveling a lot. Roswell is one place that I have never got a chance to go, I don't think. And that's always been a place. Roswell is awesome. From what I've read and seen, but I'd really like to go to Roswell. I think that'd be neat.
Yeah,
I like stuff like that. I just hope that it's not like over tourism, because you go out there and they just overdo things sometimes. Like when we went to that Bigfoot, remember we went to that Bigfoot town, Jimmy? I forget what.
Oh, yeah.
But we drove up there and everything was Bigfoot. Everything, the whole town was supposed to be. But then everybody was like chintzy. There was like a yellow T-shirt with a footprint on it and says, I touched a Big E or whatever. And it was like, they just commercialized it so much it was shit. I'm more into really wanting to see that. Not that.
I think we actually, when you and I were there, we called Brittany.
We did.
We called you. I forget. You knew the town that we were in. You've heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
I forget. It's in Minnesota. I'm trying to remember. I can't remember what it was called, but there's numerous places they say home of Bigfoot. Though there's a ton of places they call, home of Bigfoot. So
there's a lot of those places that they say that. I mean, if you go to California, where like Bluff Creek is, if you go out there, that's way over dramatic now about Bigfoot. Like they have a huge statue, and it's like Bigfoot was here. Yeah, in 1960. Like it's like so they're like trying to blow it up and make it huge, But there's other locations that have legitimate back-to-back sightings, like in Kentucky, Tennessee, that are consistent sightings. That it's like, why are we going all over the place when we have these known locations?
I just don't understand why people want to play so much with someone, hide and seek with someone who's a champion like that. Because I mean, that's a lot of resources you're wasting going out there, time and money and stuff. And you know he's going to win. It's like not even,
It's not even fair.
you know, it's not right. He's going to win. You know what I mean? Like there's no doubt about it. He's even going to be funny and throw a stick or something at you, and then you're going to be like, "Oh shit!" And then there's something on the hill like that, and it's really just going to be him beating you again. Brittany loves that saying. There's something on the hill.
Tennessee. I was just in Tennessee a couple days ago, and they have, like you said, Brittany, they have so much. They have a Bigfoot campground, adventure Bigfoot, like all kind of stuff. I guess you can go try to look for them in the mountains or knock on trees.
It's
Yeah,
true.
they do that shit. Yep.
They do that too. Yep.
People do
No,
it
they
too.
do. There's all those places. They all have those places. And it's like, I know that Roswell, of course, because it's like the smoking gun, the capital of where all this conspiracy theory and the government cover up all came from. But
Right.
the town itself is really cool because, like, even Don, the museum that he's in charge of, it has all of the original documents and files from that crash, from that event that took place, and
Wow.
everything that consisted following. And it's like, and there's so much that happens in that town. They have the big parades every year. And of course, since COVID with the pandemics, the parades had to stop for a while and because of the lockdown. So this year, everybody's been amping up and so excited. And because it's also the 75th, I don't think it's necessarily going to be like a big like tourism blowout. I think it's going to be more people just excited to have the town back open again and thriving again, but also celebrating what made Roswell what it is today because of that event. You know, it just changed everything. It literally changed everything. And there's parts of that case that people still don't know about today that are slowly starting to come out. And so as much as the government wants to say it didn't happen, it's like, well, the more you keep saying to us to like, hey, put the blinders on, you don't see this big mountain behind us that we're trying to cover up, you're making it worse because all this stuff is still coming out. All this stuff is still being investigated. We still have deathbed confessions of documentation of one after another of things that are completely lining up. And it's just, you just, come on, enough with the weather balloon. We all know that that's not what that was. So.
Do we though?
Crazy.
Yeah, I just want to make sure.
No, we do. And I can say that boldly and proudly. I'm already tapped. Don and I joke about this all the time. We're like, we're already tapped. Who cares? But it's it's not. They covered it up.
I think it's one of the government's biggest conspiracies to make money, and people just dump it into that all the time. What I find interesting though is all the nerds promised to do a march and they were going to raid Roswell, and it didn't ever happen. I was really upset about that because
They're gonna get shot.
there's going to be some dead motherfuckers on that trip, man. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Was it Roswell or Area 51?
Oh no, Area 51.
Area 51. Yeah, it was going to be the Area 51.
Yeah, Area 51 thing up. Isn't that near Roswell?
Roswell's New Mexico. Area 51's in
That's
Rachel, Nevada.
Okay. Rachel,
Yeah.
Nevada. Okay, so they were going to march, not Roswell. They were going to go into Area 51. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Mhm.
I don't know. I just put them together because I always think about Little
Show us
Green
your
Man.
secrets. That's what they were going to do. Show us the aliens.
But what are the secrets though? That they're just testing aircrafts out there? I mean,
Well, it's all where
the
they
moon. They got the whole land. They got the whole setup for the moon out there, so you can film like you're on it. Beep. Small step for man. Pull the ropes. He jumps. You know.
Hey,
I'm not saying I believe that. I'm saying that's what they say. Ben Register said, "Let's go." I would.
the
I'd
Area
go
51
march it out. We would only get through the gate about 30 feet, and then they got people come up and try to tell you they're going to kill you if you come any further.
I've been out there 3 times, and the 2 times I went out there, I rode my side by side. I took it out there, Sarah, myself, and Scott. We went out west, and we unloaded it from the RV, and we drove around. We had the white Raptor Ford trucks following us around. They were staying distance. We had fighter jets fly over us before, and they did like their sonic boom right over us. We thought they were bombing us. It was pretty shitty. It was pretty
That's
scary.
awesome.
And we had a lot of stuff happen with them, but nothing that no ever physical contact or talking. But it was a lot. It was very exciting, like them being on us and making sure we did not. I mean, they knew where we were every bit of the time we were there.
Yes,
It was
they know.
crazy.
Yeah, they're intense at Area 51. They're terrible there. Like they will watch you. They know exactly what they're doing.
Yep.
And again, it's like I understand that it's government property, and I understand that, but it did kind of pop up around the time that all this went down. And that's why people go, something's not right. And then when you have all this intense security and you do a lot of things that are, as they would say, like new age high tech, and we have the visuals of that, and then you have like Google Earth images of what looks like an underground base, which we know that the military has several underground bases in Nevada and in Arizona. We know that they have those in Utah and stuff. We already know. Then at Area 51, you see this really weird from the aerial view of underground base and things that are being worked on from Google Earth. It's like, and it's funny, some things are blurred. And of course, they're going to do that. They have the ability to blur what they don't want you to see because it's their property and they own that.
Now, besides Area 51 and Roswell, what is the other place that is supposedly like a place where they keep stuff? I thought there was another place. Do you know what I'm talking about? Where? I'm sorry.
Wright-Patterson.
I don't know. I couldn't even tell you if you were right. I just know that there was another place that they were talking that that nothing's at Area 51. Everything's being kept at that place, and it wasn't Roswell. Okay. And where's that at?
That's in Ohio, Rice-Patterson Air Force Base.
So, but don't they hide things in Mount Rushmore?
That's the alleged story.
I saw it on Team America that they have a special base in there and stuff. I did.
There's several
there's supposed to be like a really big. There's a big hall back there. It's not hollow. I mean, it's all opened up in there. I'm serious.
They have a lot of those places because the Mesa too, and the natives out in the Mesa, they talk about how they go in and out of the mountains all the time.
So, what do you think of that big thing? What is that thing called? Jimmy, Native Americans climb it and stuff, or won't let anybody climb it or whatever. Where's that at? Utah?
What is it? A mountain?
Yeah, isn't it like a big mountain that sticks out there? It's like sacred ground. There is a hall, but it has nothing in it. That's right. Well, Katie's been up inside there, so she's got to go in there and look around before
nothing in it now, but
roll banners down the front of it. She did. So she went up there with family because they're all part of Mount Rushmore. As all of you know, that's her family. Noah Robinson, the founder, their grandfather, whatever. And they got to go up there, and there's pictures of them standing up on top of their heads and stuff. And then all of a sudden, I guess some Greenpeace people hiked up there and dropped banners down over it or whatever. And she could probably explain that a little. And then Katie said it was never finished, which is true. That's a true story too. Or what they would not let you see. Yeah. So, I mean, there was something they did it. So nobody could go up there anymore. Because isn't that right, Katie, that you used to be able to go up there and actually look? You could take tours up there before Greenpeace did that. Like certain times a year they do it for people, or am I wrong? I'll watch for your response on that. But yeah, so there's a lot of like different places. I just thought it was funny that Team America used it and the jaw popped out, and then the dude shoots out in a rocket. Fuck yeah, America.
There's a place even in the Florida Keys, if you go down, or not the Keys, I'm sorry, the Everglades, that for the longest time was, you could go down as part of the reserve. And then I believe it was like in the late 80s, early 90s, it was completely sectioned off. And allegedly the story from there was a guy who lived there claimed that there was Sasquatch, like Bigfoot, living in that area, and he had recorded them, and like his wife left him because he dedicated all of his life to like living up in like a tree stand and documenting them. And so then the government took over that location, and he went to go to the location back to his tree stand. He couldn't get in. There was a huge fence put up, and the wire was facing in. Like when you want to keep something in, like when you're driving on the road, they keep the bears in, the wires are facing in so they can't climb over. And he said that the fence was like 8 feet tall. It made no sense to him. And then he kept trying to get information. And then apparently one day there was like a Black Ops helicopter that dropped like 6 men to the ground. And all he heard was gunshots going off and screaming. And then they picked them up and they left. And it's been closed ever since. Like no one's allowed in there. And so he went out and put this information out. And then he went and put his YouTube channel about how like he believes they went in and slaughtered the Bigfoot that were in this particular area, and then kept it closed so that nobody could get back in there to see the bodies or see anything. And that was like an alleged story that had come out of the Everglades. And I don't remember how long ago that was done. And so I'm like, I want to like refine this and go back and find this exact location, because he dedicated his life to proving the existence that the skunk ape lived in this area, and basically watched the Black Ops come in And whatever they were shooting, he said, screamed like it was being murdered, like a person. Like they were literally, he was at the fence listening to it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And he kept his name quiet because he didn't want to affect his ex-wife or the family and
Yeah.
everything they went through. But he put out like a YouTube video on it. He put a bunch of stuff on it. And he's like, this isn't a conspiracy theory. I'm not making this up. This happened. And I know. And then there were multiple videos to follow that were like ex-military men that said, yeah, they did that test. We went and had that happen in North Carolina. We did that in the mountains of Georgia. We did that in the mountains of Tennessee. We've done that in certain mountain areas. We've been sent in to take them out. And I'll never forget killing them because it was like looking at a person. And I had to kill them all. Like there's many of those plain stories from ex-military talking about that.
Wow.
It's weird.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely
Mhm.
Yeah,
weird.
looking at him like a person and stuff, that's pretty crazy.
There was a statement from one of the military men that said, I made eye contact with the female after I had killed her young, and she looked at me like a person, and I had to still take her out. And it haunted me, and I left the military after that.
Wow.
That's why a lot of hunters, when they see them, they don't shoot them because they claim by looking at them, they look so much like us, like people, that they feel it's murder. They won't shoot them. And they're terrified and they just run away.
Wow.
Is that the name of the guy? Jack M. Sheely? Or is that somebody else?
Maybe that's who it is. Ben just put Jack M. Sheely. I don't know. Maybe that's true. Maybe
Oh,
he's
man,
he's saying
that'd
that's
be a
what you're
cool
talking
name.
about.
Well,
Couldn't find
Ben
that
will
name.
tell you. I'm gonna.
Is that what you're talking about, Ben?
I'm
Jack
gonna
M.
search it
Sheely?
right
Is
now.
that who that story was about?
Because I have wanted to
Yeah.
go and investigate that so bad for so many. That's one of them, like the skunk ape stories of like a lifetime of like hearing them, you know, because to me, I love them. I want to protect them if they're there. If they're really out there, we have a North American ape or something living and thriving and surviving. I don't want to kill it. I think it should be protected like a lot of our other species are. So it's really
Or
cool.
maybe his dad, David. David Sheely. You have to look it up and see.
Thank you, Ben.
Well,
That's awesome.
Like I'm just looking up Jack M. Sheely, and he's a Gladesman. He's a fourth generation Gladesman. So he's Everglades culture. So he definitely fits the profile to where
That
you know,
might have been him
Gladesman.
then.
It could be his dad, like he said, David.
Wow.
That's awesome. Yeah, I really
Down in
want
the Glades.
down in the Everglades. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
a big
it
hit
says
for a long time.
Dave Sheely on the trail of Florida's Bigfoot, skunk ape. Smithsonian Magazine, 2014.
That's good. Thank you, Ben. That's good information, buddy.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah,
There's the name.
that's good to know out there. There's probably a lot of cool stuff out where he's at. He's pretty rural area out there, Brandon. There's probably some neat stuff out there. I know that sometimes they have a Florida panther come up and visit their other animal, their other panther there behind the scenes, and he sent a picture of that one time or a video of it sitting back there. That was, man, that's pretty cool actually.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
that's neat.
You know that the cat went to visit and stuff and was on the outside. That's badass to see that kind of stuff.
Heck
Hey,
yeah.
On the croc front, Troy and Jimmy, did you guys see? I saw it on, and Joe too. I saw it on Marissa's story, but they got the Indonesia croc with the tire. A native,
Yeah.
a local
Yeah.
got
They
it
did.
and cut the
Yep.
tire off.
Yep.
Yeah, it looked like the picture that I saw years ago, and I can't remember what I saw. It looked like a car tire kind of deal, like a
Mhm.
weird looking. Now it looked like a little bicycle tube. So I don't know. It was weird.
Either he got really big and bloated or something, or the tire. It was like, that tire looked really good. You're right. I was like,
I mean,
They
for
said-
real,
they
like
said
it
it
was.
was
I mean,
on
it
him
looked.
for 6 years.
6
They
years.
finally caught him with it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That caused
Years.
some damage for sure.
Definitely.
That caused some damage. That rearranged some muscle growth and some bone structure, etc. I mean, I'm sure he'll live, but he didn't get away unscathed for sure. Because that's
Yeah.
if you put like an inner tube around your son, Brittany, tight on his arms, and you wait 6 years before he's allowed to take it off, it's gonna
It's
look
gonna
a
mess
little
that
weird. Yeah. He's gonna look a little weird, you know. So I mean, yeah, I've seen that. I've Jimmy's seen them too, and I'm sure Joe has turtles that have swam into
Yeah.
those soda things, and then they look like someone squeezed a little. They look like a little candy, like a little
Yeah.
bow. They're like whoop, the little middle midsection.
Well,
like they got that
isn't
Betty Boop waist.
there a tribe that does rings on their
Yeah,
neck
their
and it,
neck,
like
yeah.
elongates the neck?
Yeah, I've been watching it, and I'm not sure if since you're researching, I don't think that it makes their neck longer. I think it pushes their shoulders down,
Their shoulders
if
down,
I'm not
yeah.
mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like they don't grow any extra vertebrae or anything like that. It just forces their structure down so far it makes their heads look
It makes
bigger.
them- yeah.
I'm
makes
pretty
them
sure that's how
muscle
that works. I don't think they can
Huh.
grow
But
their
didn't
neck.
they
It just
also?
pushes their body
They
down.
also started doing that because they were honoring their god, right? Because their god
I
and
be-
their
yes,
like
but they can
alien-
never take them off, or their head will fall over like a turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like a limpy. Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, I thought that's what it was. It like fixed their bone structure. You know, you got to talk to the old piercers, body piercers, and tattoo artists, man. They know all that weird shit. Jeff said he met a tribe in Myanmar. Cool.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
he knows. So that's neat. Yeah. So they got these long things, but I think if they take them off, it'll just flop over.
Yeah,
I
their
don't
heads
think
fall over.
they'll have any strength. And you know, when they're changing them, someone holds their head for them so that it doesn't fall. That's fucking man. Can you imagine trusting somebody? Please hold my head up. They drop it. I dropped it. It's laying down there on their belly. You're laughing. Oh my God, what are you doing down there? You pick it up again. Don't do that. What are they gonna do? Run around? They're gonna run around with a deflated head. It would be terrible.
God.
They wouldn't be able to run away. Although, though, I think that'd be a good video. See one without the rings running as fast as they can. Wouldn't that be a great video?
He said they can take them off.
Just said they can take them off.
Wow.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, how? I wonder how. Man, I got to see. I wonder how. I mean, I know some do, but I just wonder if those people who are like 70 years old and have had them on since they were children, if it would be.
Like a snake neck turtle.
Yeah. 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 Jeff is right. They can't take them off. I do remember seeing something about that, and they were taking them off and cleaning them, and she was sitting there like real straight. But you know, she was younger though. I just wonder someone who's 75, 80 years old,
Yeah.
how it would be. But can you
It is
imagine running with a limp neck?
Oh my God.
I was just looking up where Myanmar, whatever that is, it's in Asia. I didn't know where it was. I wanted
That's
to know
cool.
where it was. Yeah.
I mean, it is
Oh,
a
let's
really.
see. It says,
cool thing
"Love
to
the
see
shirt."
them too.
Let's see what Brittany's shirt's got on there.
Huh?
Is that Ghostbusters, dude?
Yes.
Who are you gonna
Oh my
call?
gosh, that's
Yeah,
pretty
who
cool.
you
That's
gonna
pretty-
call? Ghostbusters.
You know, that reminds me. I was going to ask you real quick. We were at Universal Studios the other day, and
Okay.
it says that they're doing the it's Burma, Jimmy.
Burma.
They're doing the Mardi Gras, but
Mhm.
they had a real big alligator there. I mean, a huge semi-sized alligator float, but everything's like it's all like space stuff.
Space? Is that their
Yeah.
theme?
Yeah.
That's funny. That's interesting.
So I was like, Katie, I wonder what the hell's that? Why are they doing
They
that?
still have the giant gator though. That's the finale float. I think they kept him. at
Yeah,
the
he's a
end.
gigantic alligator, and they do this whole
fly
thing
him.
where they carve him, and you go into the tribute store, and then they've got the museum where you walk through and see how they carve him and stuff, and how they make him. I took some photos. I'll have to send them to Jimmy. He gets boners over stuff like that. So
Like you said, it's a big year right now. There's a lot of conspiracy theories going on this year that this is going to be the year that the aliens are seen and known. And I think a lot of people are jumping on that.
oh god, I hope not. I like it the way it is. We don't need to be adding anybody else to this planet right now doing anything.
You think our prohibited permit shit is bad? Wait till they
Until
show
you're
up.
prohibited. Not allowed to keep humans.
Oh, shit.
The reptile, like the reptilians come down and tell you can't have any reptiles because it's their family. Like just you wait.
Yeah, Jimmy. Yeah, how about that?
Whoa.
Jimmy's like,
let me
well,
show
fuck.
you how nice my exhibits are, though. Like they're really cared for here. Like, let me show you.
They're gonna go, well, you better buy hamsters
Okay.
because we're taking those. Better get some hamsters.
You can keep that furry-looking thing, but they all have to go.
Well, on that note, we're at the top of the hour. It's been a whole hour, and it seems like it's been really fast. I don't know
Yeah,
why, but it seems
quick.
like it went quick. And I appreciate everybody coming on and checking us out and talking with us. And I like having you guys as guests. There were some great stories. And Marissa, if you're still listening in the background, thanks for joining us. We look forward to Tuesdays from now to hear about the crocodiles. I got to head now. I got to be at the hospital at 6:30. All right, buddy, you get some bed, Jeff. Thanks for coming in. And
See ya.
check out Jimmy Riffle and Scales, Tails, and Teeth. He's got an upcoming park they're going to be opening soon. So make sure you guys keep up with that. He does a lot of videos of it, so you can kind of see that. So check him out. And Brittany's always into something, so you can look up Bumblebee or Brittany Barbieri, and you can find her information. And you know where to find me and Joe. So we're always here, and Joe's in the community anyways. Most people already know who he is. So he'd be the Croc Father on Instagram. So check it out. And we appreciate everybody coming in and thank you. So have a great week, and we'll see you next Tuesday.